touching on the back. What you see as good intentions is for clout and hit is mad. You can never be as such you carry.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Oh, fighting off the defender. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll set up a throw. And Marshall's got it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Elliott running left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
No score after one on EA Sports. Elliott going to get it again on second down. Power running, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down gets him a yard to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Back to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Osa Odighizuwa. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be caught by Tony. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They're going to look to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll look to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Strip that ball. Hey, check Mike the ladder. Check Mike the ladder. I got you, son.
He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll also wind up being the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Pushing through the contact. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw here. This is intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score, at least where it is.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw. That is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes. And while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. A short throw to Ingram. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. They go play action here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll look to throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. This is Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Guys, man, complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They keep on the ground with Elliott. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. He'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got